Hi and welcome to this Key Learning Initiative video. Today's topic is linear equations, variables and constants on both sides. So, linear equations. I use 7 steps to solve all linear equations. All 7 can be found in the first comment below. Today, however, I'm only using step 4 to step 7. Okay, let's have a look at these steps. Step 4. Choose which side the variable terms are going and on which side the constant terms are going on. Step 5. By adding or subtracting, which is inverse operations, move all the variable terms to a chosen side. That's from step 4. Step 6. By adding or subtracting, inverse operations again, move all the constant terms to the no variable side. And lastly, step 7, by dividing, which is also inverse operations, by the coefficient of the variable, get it by itself. This means that the equation is now solved. Example 1. 2x plus 2 equals 4x minus 6. Let's look at our steps. Step 4. Choose which side the variable terms are going on and which side the constant terms are going on. Now there's many different ways to do it. The way I would suggest, however, is as follows. Choose the side which has the larger coefficient of x. So that's the number in front of x. So let's look at it a bit closely. On my left hand side, the coefficient of x is 2. On the right hand side, my coefficient of x is 4. Therefore, because 4 is bigger than 2, my variables are going to go on the right and my constants are going to go on the left. Step 4, done. Step 5, by adding or subtracting, move all the variable terms to a chosen side. Well, we've chosen the right-hand side for our variables. So what that means is we have to get the 2x from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. To do this, we take 2x from both sides. Remember, by adding or subtracting inverse operations. So I've got a 2x, I subtract a 2x to get rid of it. That gives us, on my left-hand side, 2x minus 2x disappears, and then I've just got 2 equals 4x minus 2x gives me 2x minus 6. Step 5. Done. So moving on. Step 6. By adding or subtracting, move all the constant terms to the no variable side. In our example, our constants need to be on the left-hand side, and so we need to get the negative 6 on the right-hand side to the left-hand side. Remember, we're doing inverse operations, and so the opposite of negative 6 is positive 6, and so I add 6 to both my sides to get rid of it. 2 plus 6 gives me 8 equals 2x, and then minus 6 plus 6 just disappears. Step 6, done. Step 7, by dividing by the coefficient of the variable, get it by itself. So in this case, my 2 is in front of x. So what do I need to do? I need to divide both sides by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4 equals, and then 2x divided by 2 is just x. Step 7, done. And this means that 4 equals x is my final answer. Example 2. 3 plus y equals 13 minus 4y. Step 4 and step 5 that we're going to start with. Step 4. Choose which side the variable terms are going on and which side the constant terms are going on. Remember how we do this? We choose the side which has the larger coefficient of y. So, on my left-hand side, my coefficient of y is just 1. On my right-hand side, my coefficient is negative 4. And hopefully everybody realizes that 1 is greater than 4, and so therefore I'm going to have my variables on the left-hand side and my constants on the right-hand side. Step 4, done. Step 5, by adding or subtracting, move all the variable terms to a chosen side. So what this means is I have to get all my variables that are on my constant side to my variable sides. In other words, I need to get my negative 4y to the variable side. Now, to do this, we use our inverse operations, and so my opposite of negative 4y is positive 4y, and so I add 4y to both sides. That gives me 3y plus 4y gives me 5y. That equals 13, and then minus 4y plus 4y disappears. Step 5, done. Step 6, by adding or subtracting, move all the constant terms to the no variable side. In other words, we have to get rid of the 3 on the variable side and get it to the constant side. To do this, we use inverse operations. And so if I've got 3 and I want to get rid of it, I subtract 3 from both sides. That means that 3 minus 3 is 0, and I just have 5y equals, and 13 minus 3 gives me 10. Step 6, done. Step 7, by dividing by the coefficient of the variable, get it by itself. We have 5y equals 10, and so my coefficient is 5. Therefore, I divide both sides by 5. 5y divided by 5 gives me y. 10 divided by 5 gives me 2. Step 7, done. Just a note. The answer will not change if you choose the other side for the variables in step 4. The only difference is that in step 7 you will have to divide by a negative. Thank you for watching this Key Learning Initiative video on linear equations with variables and constants on both sides. Please like and share so that more and more people can watch and learn.